I'm going to teach you how to get a high limit credit card with any major credit union. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy, the biggest. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you find out every time we drop new content, you're gonna hear about it first. We talk about everything credit here. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, that little like button. That way this video goes out to way more people, okay? In case you didn't know, I am the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY program in the industry. At $55.99 a month, our system will create custom Metro 2 attack letters, attacking any negative items on your credit reports and all your personal information that's not accurate. Imagine that. Our system will create your letters, email them to you, you print them, you mail them out, certified mail, and you're done. It's just that simple. You don't have to join any Facebook groups, you know, those archaic things. You don't have to read any modules. You don't have to do any master courses. We cut all that nonsense out. Our system will create those custom letters, email them to you, you print them, you mail them out certified mail, and you're done. Link is always going to be in the description for our DIY program, the most advanced in the industry. So yes, we are going to talk about how to get high limit credit cards with any big credit union. Now, what do I mean by big credit union? I'm not talking about your small local credit unions. Now, to some, they're like, this is not a really small credit union. I'm talking about like big credit unions like Navy Federal, PenFed, NIH Credit Union, Andrews Credit Union, Langley Credit Union. Those are bigger credit unions that have more members. More members equal better products. Better products equal high limit credit cards, okay? They have more expansion and the ability to give you more money because credit unions work for members. Remember that. Not shareholders. There are no shareholders. Okay, the members are what is important to a credit union, so they're going to try to support all of their members as much as they possibly can. So I'm going to teach you how to get a high limit credit card with any of these banks by following these next 4 really important steps. This is really important that you follow these to a T because you can use this with any major credit union. You have to establish a relationship because credit unions are based on banking relationships. You've probably seen a lot of these videos out there like how to get a high limit credit card, this credit union, this credit union. You know, the biggest mistake that people make is they watch those videos and they don't actually build a relationship. Now, if your credit score is high enough, okay, you can go start an account with one of these credit unions and you're gonna get a decent credit limit or you might get a big credit limit. But by establishing the relationship and building that relationship, you're going to guarantee yourself that you're going to get a higher limit credit card, okay? Because remember, these credit unions are all about banking relationships. Establishing that relationship is the most important thing that you need to do. So by following these steps, you're going to ensure that you're going to be able to get the maximum amount possible based on your relationship. So if you have a good credit score, then you build this relationship, then it's a no-brainer. Your credit score and your relationship with the bank is going to come together to get you that high limit credit card. Now, if you're working on your credit, yes, you do still have a potential to get a high limit credit card. How much, I don't know, okay? But by establishing this relationship and working on your credit, okay, by the time you get to that 6 to 8 month mark, because you want to do this for 6 to 8 months, okay, establishing that relationship. So establishing that relationship for 6 to 8 months and you don't have the best credit score, you can rebuild your credit with a major credit union that's going to get you the products that you need to help you rebuild. All right, so part number 1, okay, this is very important. You're going to open up a checking and savings. Now, you want to have a minimum of $3,000 combined in your checking and savings. Now, if you had your money stored in some other bank that wasn't doing anything for you, you got a lot of liquidity. What do I mean by liquidity? That means liquid cash, okay? This is your chance to flex it on the bank, okay? The more cash you have in your bank account, your checking and your savings, the better off your relationship is going to be. This is about financial management, okay? This is what a lot of people don't understand is they open up one of these checking accounts or savings accounts, they put $50, $100. I mean, think about it logically. What's that going to do to impress a bank when you put $100 in a bank account? It's not going to do very much. And listen, I'm not throwing shade on anybody, but you have to understand what you're doing here. You're trying to establish a banking relationship. So if you do have that liquidity, then put as much as you can into your checking and savings, okay? Now, if you don't have $3,000, I know a lot of people don't have money just growing on trees, okay? So you can work up to $1,500 in your savings and $1,500 in your checking. That is a great starting point. That is part number one of when you start to establish a relationship with a credit union. Start to manage your money in a better fashion and show that to the actual credit union. So this is a bonus for all business owners out there. You want your relationship to be established for at least a minimum of 91 days with your personal account before you try to open a business account. Now, some credit unions will require at least 30 days to be banking with them, but wait as long as you possibly can. If you can wait 6 to 8 months to open up that business checking account and savings account, some of them don't offer savings, but the business checking account, okay, wait that full 6 to 8 months before you pull the trigger on a business account. Now, some people say just go ahead and do it right now, but remember, if your relationship is already established with this credit union and then you go open up a checking account for your business, now that's going to help you, but you have to put a good amount of money in it. The more money you put in your business checking account, the higher the chances you're going to increase that they're going to give you a large limit credit card for your business. Putting $5,000 or more in your business checking account with this credit union is going to increase the chances of getting a high limit business credit card. Okay, so part number two, you need to set up a direct deposit, okay? Direct deposit is king above anything else. If you have multiple bank accounts that you want to spread your money across, you want the majority of your money going into your new credit union relationship. So if you decide that you don't want to just have all your money in one bank, which is actually a great idea, okay? You don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket. So, and you need your direct deposit, you want some of it going to another account and then your new credit union account. So you want to do like a 50-50 split, maybe a 75-25 or an 80-20. You get the drift, okay? You can deposit up to 2 banks at a time with your direct deposit normally, okay? I don't know if any other institutions want to do more than that, but generally speaking, that's what they want to do, is a maximum of 2 banks at one time for one direct deposit, okay? So again, you want the majority or all of your direct deposit going into your new credit union account the moment you set up your checking and savings, set up direct deposit. Now, there's going to be people that are going to say, I don't do direct deposit because you're a business owner or your employer doesn't offer direct deposit. It's 2023 and they don't offer it. Still crazy, right? Because they don't want to have to pay those fees. That's why they don't offer it, okay? But that's okay. Okay, now listen, direct deposit is going to be king. That's really what the credit union wants to see. That is the number one thing that they want to see. But if you're going to have a paper check or cash deposits, that is perfectly fine. Do it on a consistent basis. Every time you get paid, you go take your check, you deposit it into your bank account, okay? This is really important. They need to see that consistent cash flow. This is what all credit unions want and need to see. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That way you find out every time I go live or I drop new content, you're gonna hear about it first. If there's anything specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Drop some emojis in there so we can get this video going. Don't be afraid to ask a question. That's what we're here for, okay? And if you haven't already, hit that bell notification. That way you find out every time I go live, you're gonna hear about it first. You never know when I'm gonna pop up live. If you're looking to work on your credit, we did, in fact, create the most advanced DIY program in the industry. For $55.99 a month, our system will create custom Metro 2 attack letters, attacking any negative item on your credit report that is hurting you, and attack any personal information that is not accurate, okay? We're going to create those custom letters. Our system is going to email them to you. You print them out, send them out certified mail, and you're done. You don't have to read any modules or do any master classes or join any archaic Facebook groups. We cut all that nonsense out. Our system is just that simple. We simplified the process. Link is in the description for that. And if you need full service, we do offer full service credit management. We have a Metro 2 attack program And we do offer a full service pre-litigation program that is designed to get you a free legal review by some attorneys. Imagine that. And also we do offer a full service identity theft program for people that have real identity theft issues. Links are always going to be in the description for those, okay? And anyone that joins the DIY program gets exclusive access into my custom app that is available for Android and Apple in those stores, okay? The custom app is designed to create a custom community. We're not censored, none of that nonsense. We can say and do as we please in there, so we can help even more, okay? So it's gonna have some of my biggest videos, and we're gonna keep adding more to that library. Link is going to be in the description. And always remember, last part's the most important. Part number 3, you need to set up a secured loan. Now, this is an investment into your future. Remember, this money is going to come back to you once you pay it off or you pay it down, okay? So this is a very huge investment to your future. But remember, the money's coming back to you, okay? Now, every bank is going to be different when you do a secured loan, okay? So you need to call them and ask them, what are the requirements? What are the specifics about it? Ask as many questions as you can. As an example, PenFed makes you put your secured loan money that you want to do. Let's say you want to do $500. You have to put that $500 into a savings account for at least 30 days before you can actually apply to do a secured loan. With Navy Federal, you just have to set up an account. You can set up a secured loan as soon as you want. All of these credit unions are going to be completely different, or some of them are going to be very similar. So ask as many questions as you want, but remember, this is an investment into your banking relationship and your future. You're going to get this money back. Now remember, each credit union, okay, because a bank and a credit union are not the same thing, okay, semantics, people, semantics, okay? So remember, every credit union is going to be different, okay? So, or they may be similar. So you can do anywhere from $250 all the way up to $30,000. This is also a good place where you can flex your money on the bank, okay? Because remember, you're going to get the money back. Now stay tuned, okay? Don't go anywhere. So you're going to choose the amount that you want to do. Let's say hypothetically you're going to do $1,000, okay? Now, sorry, before I forget this, every single credit union is going to be different in what your minimum payment must be. With PenFed, as an example, you can only make a minimum payment of $20. It can never go any less than that, okay? So with other credit unions, there's no minimum to what your monthly payment can be. So just always remember to ask, what is my minimum payment requirement? They'll say nothing, or they'll say $20, like PenFed, okay? So you're gonna choose the amount. Let's say you wanna do $1,000. You can pay that secured loan with a credit card. That's right, I said it, with a credit card or a debit card, okay? Now you can choose anywhere from usually about 6 months all the way up to 5 years. The more money you can do, the more flexibility they get you to stretch that loan out all the way to 5 years, okay? Now, I recommend that you do a minimum of only 2 years. Doing a 6-month loan is not long enough. You're opening a new account that's going to report to the credit bureaus, and you're going to reduce your average age of credit. So at least make it worth your while to do it for a 2-year term minimum. So in case you haven't noticed, there is a button underneath my video that says donate. That is for Nicole's Wish. Put it up on the screen right here, okay? So now this is pretty awesome what we've been doing with this. I started a fundraiser to help donate to Nicole's Wish that is granting wishes for children with critical illnesses. Now this is pretty awesome, whether it be $1, $5, $2, or some of you big ballers, bust out your wallets. This is your time to flex your money on Make-A-Wish, okay? This is pretty awesome. So what Nicole's Wish does is they take all that money and they donate it into Make-A-Wish, and they help grant wishes. Now, I'll put it up right here so you can see it. We have already granted 5 wishes. We have 7 wishes that are pending and 12 wishes that have been adopted. That's pretty awesome. So anything you can do is going to be pretty awesome. I mean, what more could we ask for? We're going to help make some kids' wishes come true. So now you're going to choose a 2-year minimum. If you can do 5 years, even better, because you're building positive payment history. Remember, if you do 2 years, that's 24 months of on-time payments that are being reported. Okay. So now we have figured out that we're going to do a 2-year secured loan. Okay. Now we're going to do $1,000. We're going to call up the credit union. We're going to tell them, hey, I want to do a secured loan for $1,000. They're going to say, okay, great. They're going to read you all the jargon, everything they need to tell you. Ask as many questions as you need to during this process so you can get some clarity if you have any questions, okay? Because remember, every credit union is different. Now, you're going to give them $1,000, okay, whether with a credit card or a debit card. Now, they're going to put it into your account. It's going to be locked up into your savings. Now, they're going to tell you, can we please put this on auto payment for you? Would you like that? And you're going to say, no, thank you. I don't need auto payment right now, but I greatly appreciate it, okay? They're going to say, okay, cool. So you're going to hang up the phone. In 7 to 10 business days, the loan will become active. Once the loan becomes active, you want to pay off 80% of the loan immediately. So if you gave them $1,000, you're going to pay $800. Now that $1,800 is going to come right back to you, okay? Now every credit union is different on how they release the money, okay? So just be aware of that. That's why you ask the questions. So as you pay it down, that money is going to come back to you. This is a huge investment. Now you're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call the credit union, ask them to put the remaining 20% that is left on your loan on auto payment for the next remaining 2 years. All right, so now you just finished setting up your secured loan, okay? Awesome. And you paid off 80% of it. Put the remaining 20% on auto payment for the next 2 years or 5 years, whatever it may be, okay? Now, the final piece to this puzzle, okay, is number 4. Part 4, if this credit union offers any type of savings certificates, okay? Savings certificates are awesome because you're just squirreling away your money. You're going to make a little bit of money off of it, okay? It's not going to be anything outrageous, but doing a savings certificate also makes your relationship even stronger. Remember, the name of this game is using as many products as you possibly can with the credit union before you apply for any type of credit products, because you're going to establish that relationship and make it stronger. Because every credit union has an internal credit score that they don't tell you about. Navy Federal has it. I've proved it in my other videos, okay? And the thing about it is, even when you call Navy Federal, they act like they don't even know what they're talking about. That's not true. We don't have that. We go everything based on your credit score. So every credit union has an internal credit score. In order to raise that credit score, you do all of these 4 steps. And this last final one is a bonus. Do some savings certificates, no matter what it may be. Do some savings certificates. And this is also going to help you increase that internal credit union credit score. Okay. And then now you finalize all of these steps, and now it's the time to wait. Okay, now you've done part 1 all the way to part 4, okay? This is very important. This is the final piece to all of this. Do not apply for any credit products for a minimum of 91 days, okay? After you've established this relationship and you've done everything from part 1 to part 4, okay? These all have to be completed and running for a minimum of 91 days. Then you could potentially apply for any type of product you want with that credit union. Now, I highly recommend that you wait 6 to 8 months, okay? 6 to 8 months is the target goal that the credit union usually wants to see you hit that goal, okay? Because the longer the relationship has been established and you're doing all these things properly, the higher the chance you're going to get of getting a high limit credit card with that credit union, okay? Remember, because banking relationships matter with credit unions. Stretch it out as long as you possibly can. If you don't need to get a credit card, don't get a high limit credit card. Wait until the perfect time. If you want to wait a year later, that's perfectly fine also. You don't have to go get credit products just because people tell you that you have to have these on your credit report. It has to make sense for you and your credit profile. But you need to wait a minimum of 6 to 8 months because you're going to get a higher chance to get that higher limit credit card. Instead of starting with a $3,000 limit, you could have started with a $10,000 limit within 6 to 8 months, or a $20,000 credit limit, okay? That's pretty crazy, right? So wait it out, be patient. This is an investment to your future. Man, I just gave you all the sauce for every single credit union out there in one video, okay? So take this and establish new relationships with credit unions. This is how you do it the proper way, okay? Now, if there's something you want me to talk about, like specific credit unions, you want me to do a full review on them, drop it in the comment section. okay? And drop some emojis for me also so we can get this algorithm going so we can teach more people how to optimize their credit union relationships with big credit unions, not those little small little ones in your local town. This doesn't work with them, unfortunately. Now, you could try, but remember, the bigger the credit union, the more members. The more members equal higher credit limits on credit cards and better products because they have more members, okay? Remember that, it's very important. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. Make sure that you watch this video that YouTube is going to recommend to you next. And as always, subscribe to increase your credit score.